What is preventing you from being a great wife? I have a few ideas. Let's start. Tip number one, you're not a generous giver. You give with limit to your spouse. You give conditionally. Under these conditions, if he's been good today, he's been a good boy, he's been nice, he's giving you plenty of attention, then you'll cook dinner for him. Instead of just, oh, I'll just cook dinner because I love him. I want to serve him. AKA, you're keeping score too much. You're probably in the mindset of keeping score, right? Like, I've done this, and this today. He's only done this today, so I'm not doing any more. I get it. I used to have the exact same mindset, actually. And my marriage changed when I stopped thinking like that, which gets me into the next tip, which is victim mindset. The reason you might be stuck in your marriage is because you're stuck in victim mindset. You're very focused on me. What's going on with me? Why hasn't he done this with me? Why do I have to do that? Why don't I get to do that? You're so stuck on me that you don't see your marriage as a unit and how your unit can improve. You only see how your spouse can improve. All the long list of things that they're doing wrong. That's all that you see. That's not functioning as a unit. A unit would also look at what are all the things that you're doing wrong. Accountability and maturity, responsibility. Those are words that are ick words today that people don't like to think about. Or maybe it just literally never crosses their mind. My marriage changed when I shifted out of the, God, please fix him. He has this, and he does this, and this. When I shifted from that into God, show me the wife that I need to be. Show me what the wife that he needs me to be, my husband needs me to be. How can I be better? What am I doing wrong? Please convict me. When I shifted into that mindset, not just for a day and not just for a week, but like fully shifted my heart into that perspective, that's when my marriage changed. And maybe yours can too. I'll give y'all another tip today. Leave your husband alone when you see that he needs to be left alone. If you see that he's like, oh, he's distant, he's upset about something's on his mind, he's really upset, he's frustrated, maybe you made him upset, probably, or he just got stress, financial stress, something like that, job stress, family drama, whatever that he has on his mind. He does not want you hounding him. What's wrong? Please tell me, what's wrong? Did I do something? What's wrong? Can you tell me? Are you gonna talk about it now? Can we talk now? How about in 5 minutes? Can we talk about it in 5 minutes? Don't do that. That pushes him into a corner to where he doesn't want to open up with you, period. And doing that a lot pushes him into a closet where he will never want to open up with you. Another reason that's him being in that space, being pushed into a corner, back into a corner, or closed, trapped into a closet, not R. Kelly, could be whenever he does come to you, whenever he does open up with you and he's vulnerable with you, with his thoughts and his feelings and what he's thinking, what he's feeling, what his fears are, what his doubts are, and you just immediately make the conversation about you. And you play the victim card, or you get defensive in that conversation. These are important conversations. If your husband comes to you with doubts, fears, what he's pondering on the future, like if he's coming to you with these vulnerable things that society has taught for men to not express, if he feels safe with you, and then you go in and just chop him just with your words, because you've made the conversation about you, like I said, you're playing the victim card, you're getting defensive, I can't believe you think like this, or you take that information and you throw it back in his face later on when y'all are having an argument or something like that. He will not open up to you again. And then you'll be in a marriage where you never know what is on your husband's mind. You're always going to resort to assuming what's on his mind, which you're going to always assume that it's you, which is always going to put you in a bad attitude and a bad mood whenever he's upset, even if he's not upset about you. And he has nowhere to release these feelings and emotions because he can't come to you because he no longer feels safe confiding in you. You're not his safe space anymore. Think about that. Whenever you guys have a conversation, it's a vulnerable conversation. Don't just think about short term. Don't just think about how is this conversation going to work out short term. Think about long term. What doors are you opening or closing for future conversations? Later this year, next year, 5-10 years from now. Are you still being the safe space for him? Are you still a place of peace for him, someone he can confide in? Or are you just fruit ninja with it? It's just, okay. Another tip, you don't know how to apologize. Your apologies are attached to excuses. They need to just be apologies or be an excuse. You can't put them together. If I say, babe, I'm sorry that I went over on the budget at Ross today. I just thought that it was such a good item, so I got it. That's an apology with a justification. My husband used to tell me that all the time when we first got married. You know, depending on how my apology sounded, he'd be like, nah, I don't want to accept that apology. That's not an apology. That's a half-butt apology attached to with justification. Either you think that what you did was wrong, therefore you apologize, and it's a genuine apology, or you think what you did was right, and you're just saying that you're sorry, but you're explaining why you're right. Do you see how that can't coexist? Then you're not really sorry. If you still believe that what you did was right, then you're justifying it, right? So why are you apologizing? You gotta pick one. Don't put them together. This is probably the biggest tip of all, your mouth. You have to think about what you say before you say it, because what you're saying and how you're speaking to your husband is probably disrespectful. I'm not blaming you necessarily. Maybe you were never taught how to be respectful or how to speak respectfully to your spouse. Probably maybe you didn't see that growing up. You didn't get to witness that in a marriage. That's not an excuse though. You should still learn. That is huge. The same way that a woman would not want to feel unloved in a marriage is the same equivalence of a man not wanting to feel disrespected. If he does not feel like his wife respects him, then he does not view her as loving him. Like it's very high up here. Just because we as women don't understand it as much, because we more so operate in love and emotion and affection and attention, does not mean that it's less important. It's here, same importance. And just because you haven't been corrected on how you're speaking to your husband, you may already know that it's disrespectful, but you just haven't been corrected. You haven't been told. He hasn't addressed it. That doesn't mean that you should just continue to go. Continue, see what you can get away with, how many buttons you can push. No, don't do that. Don't do that. If you wouldn't talk to your pastor the same way, you wouldn't talk to your boss the same way, you wouldn't talk to your dad the same way, don't talk to your husband that way. Okay. And if you do catch yourself getting out of line with your tongue, as far as how you're speaking to your husband, okay, you know what? Acknowledge it. I shouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't have said it like that. I apologize, and keep going. But again, apology by itself, not attaching an excuse with it. Here goes another one. You don't view your husband as the leader. Therefore, you don't respect his authority, his decision making, him having the final say so. You don't respect it, or you don't understand it, or you don't see why y'all can't be equals in role and function. So that is more than I can explain in a minute or two, but we have lots of videos on this whole dynamic. Our whole channel is based on this dynamic, but I need you to understand this. If you want to be a good wife, you have to understand what your role is as a wife. Let's take it back to the Bible for just half a second. God made Adam, not Adam and Eve. He just made Adam. He gave Adam authority and dominion over the land, the trees, the animals, all that, right? God said, oh, this is good. I made this, made the earth, good. Light, good. Water, good. Day and night, good. Made all this good. Oh, Adam's alone. That's not good. That's the first time he ever said something was not good. I will make him a helper, a helpmate. Then comes Eve. So Adam's role, he already had an assignment. Then Eve was birthed with her assignment to help, specifically created to help him. That is the role. Does that mean that she's not as important as him? No. Equal in importance, but different role, different function. Again, she is very important. That's the first time God said something is not good, when he saw that Adam did not have a helper. So if my role is to be a helper to my husband, I'm helping my husband fulfill his purpose. I have plenty of purpose too. Older women, I've got my own purpose, but my primary purpose is helping my husband and his purpose. So that goes back into this being a submissive wife, respecting your husband's leadership. I think a lot of women have a negative connotation on the word submit. They think it just means you're a doormat. You have no opinion. You have no say so. You can't put your 2 cents in. You're a yes puppy. You just say yes to everything. And that's not the case. Your husband should value your opinion. Your voice should be wise counsel to him without being an authoritative leadership voice over him, without controlling him. Gentle, helping words. Oh, what do you think about this? Or maybe we should, without, no, I think we should do this. So we're gonna do this. Do you see the difference? Again, that should be like a whole separate video. Anyway, if you guys like this kind of content, be sure to subscribe and comment what your favorite tip was, or maybe if I left some out. This is obviously not an all exhaustive list of how to be a good wife, but it's a start.